Hi, it's johnnyxlaughter again. It's my second video. I was watching faintstarlites, some of her videos about, compl contemplating suicide, or whatnot, contemplating. Sorry. And I was thinking about that over the past couple of days about making a video response or making one of my own videos or whatever. Just getting started with the whole YouTube thing. I'm still a little nervous or whatnot, but I get more comfortable as I see more and more people's responses to videos or just browsing around. So anyway, I had my own little experience. Well, I guess my own little epiphany I wanted to share. Um, Last night I went out drinking. I usually do on Friday nights or whatever. So, and you come home drunk or whatever, you get home somehow, and you think that's funny and crap like that. And whenever what did you do this weekend? Oh, I went out and got shit faced or whatever, and you're like, oh, okay, that's awesome. And I went to a class because some of my supervisors were just like, hey, you should go to a class about drinking because even though that's fun and everything, it just you don't want your whole life to be like that. I'm like, no, I know, but I just figured now I'm young or whatever, and so the class was pretty stupid, but it had some valid points or whatever. So I was thinking about that over the past couple days, and so got shit faced last night. Um, I woke up this morning to go get books for class, and I was pretty hungover or whatever. Then I went to Burger King because I was like, I need to work out my hangover a little bit, and I hate Burger King breakfast, but I'll just go for it anyway. So I'm walking in, and all of a sudden I hear call the police, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on here? And there's a kid passed out, and he was drinking way too much, and I was just like, well, people were starting to help him, and wake him up, whatever. He woke up, and I was like, well, what can I do? And there's nothing for me to do there, so I started leaving. And went outside, smoked a cigarette, and he came out, and he was very belligerent and stuff like that, and I don't know. I won't go into the situation too much, but gave him a cigarette and calmed down, whatever. When they got him, and, I guess they took him home, and so kind of realized that that's not the kind of thing that I want to do. That's not how I want to end up at all. Like looking like a fucking idiot, or having such a serious problem that no one really respects me. They just know me as that person who's always recovering from something. So I don't know, because I've had some problems with depression and things in the past too, but I don't have those problems that much anymore. Only when I really let them or something like that come up and I'll just dwell on it, that's when I start getting depressed, and it just feels like I'm back home or something like that. But more and more, it's just getting boring with that. It's stupid. It's getting old. So I just noticed at work and things like that I'm getting more respect for the person who I am. Um, like I'm a person that kind of has, I guess, high standards, ethical standards, and moral standards. Not like so much like just, I think just basic crap, and I really hold myself accountable to that. I know in the past I was not living that way at all. I'm not a religious person at all. You know what I mean? I don't even believe in God, really. I mean, I might. I don't know. Me and God don't get along, basically. I guess that's the best way to put it. Me and God are at odds right now, and so uh, I was just like, well, I'm being respected as the person I am at work, and I mean, I'm doing some organizations at work and stuff like that, and it's been really cool. So I've always tried to be that cool person, that popular person, or whatever like that. And back home, I was you know back in New Jersey. I had a lot of friends, and I was always the one like, let's get together, let's go to the movies, or let's go out and do something. And you know, whatever, I left for the army, and that was different. And so, but now, like the person who I wanted to be back then, I'm becoming now. So I don't want to sacrifice that. I don't want to sacrifice that and lose all this money, because like I've had financial problems, and that's because I've been just trying to be that person back in New Jersey or whatever, and I don't have to be that person. So, I that's just something I wanted to share, whatever. And become more comfortable with this. I don't feel as nervous as I did before. But thanks for watching. So, alright, till next time.